Welcome to Aging in Style with me, Lori Williams. I'm an optimist by nature, and I believe you can follow your dreams at any age. My grandmother's journey with dementia ignited a passion in me to work with seniors. I've spent the past 13 years learning about seniors and aging. In my mid-50s, I followed my own dream and founded my company, where I use my expertise to help seniors locate housing and resources. On this podcast, we cover all aspects of aging. Join us each week to meet senior living experts and inspirational seniors who are following their dreams. The fact is, we're all aging, so why not do it in style? Hi, welcome to today's show. I have a special guest today and a special show. Today we're going to talk about teens and seniors. I just thought it'd be kind of a fun topic to cover, and I've never heard anyone talk about it and talk about the whole multi-generational connection of our teens and how they can interact with our seniors. So that's what we're talking about today. My guest is a lovely young lady. I know her very well. Her name is Abby Williams, and yes, she is my daughter. She is 17 years old, and she works for a senior living community, a independent living community, one that in past episodes we've described as a cruise ship on land, because they do all three meals, they do housekeeping, they do everything in one. And Abby is a server there. And so we're going to talk to Abby.
Hi.
She's ready to get started. We're going to talk to Abby today about what she does, how it has affected her working with seniors and being with them, not every day, but when she does work, and just kind of get a teen perspective on seniors. So, hi, welcome, Abby.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You are very welcome. I'm very excited that you said yes, and she did. She immediately said yes, that she would like to be on the show, but that she was a little bit nervous, but I know she's going to do great. So Abby is a 17-year-old. She's a senior in high school, and she has worked at a community for how long now?
About a year. It was mid-December when I started.
Okay, great. So I want to ask you, kind of tell me what your experience is like. What do you do in the senior community?
So I just take around the cart and we serve meals, lunch or dinner or snack, whatever we do, at least right now during COVID. Mm-hmm. We go room to room and have the seniors choose their meals, an entree, soup, and dessert, and, just get them settled for their dinner.
So you make sure that they are getting their meals. Mm-hmm. And normally, like Abby said, this is during COVID. So normally they would eat in the dining room. But because of COVID, they're having to go, not be able to go down. Although now they're starting to begin going to the dining room. But since COVID started, they've had their meals served in their apartments. So Abby makes sure that they are getting those meals. So let me ask you this. We talked about this earlier, and I thought you had some really interesting insights. So expectations versus reality. When you took the job to work in senior living, what were your expectations of seniors? What did you think that they would be like?
So I was a little apprehensive at first because I wasn't really sure what I was walking into. I wasn't expecting them to be as lively as they were and how active. I was expecting a little bit more of a downer kind of, but when you walk in, it's just full of life. Everyone's doing something. Everyone's moving. Everyone's, doing activities in the activity room, and they're all just so happy to be there, and they're so positive.
So you didn't really expect to see that. Did you think they would be more like depressed and sitting in a wheelchair or something?
Yeah, a little bit. My whole family works in senior living, obviously. So I am familiar with seniors, but when I first started, I was just a little nervous because I didn't experience it firsthand.
Yeah. Do you feel like all teens are kind of like that? Kind of think that it would be not so much fun working in a senior community?
I can't speak for all teens, but I would say like the majority of teens do think in that range. Yeah.
That they're just like, oh, I don't want to work with old people.
Yeah. I've actually had a few people tell me that they're a little afraid of working with old people, which is I'm definitely trying to break the stigma about that because they're not scary. They're just normal people. Normal people that you see on the street, and a lot of several are just ready to greet you and so excited, open arms.
Oh, so when they open their doors, don't laugh at your mother. When they open their doors, they're joyful and happy to see you.
Yes, they're all so excited. It's great.
You're bringing them food, so
yes, obviously.
I'd be happy to see you too.
Yeah.
So, when you started working with seniors, did you ever think that someone who's maybe 87 years old, that they think kind of like you, or did you think that you didn't know what they thought? They were just old people, but they don't really have the same thoughts that you have. Did you?
Yeah, I really just didn't expect to have so many similarities. Of course, I am an old soul, but like even with just normal conversations, they're just so, active. And I went in thinking that, oh my gosh, it's going to be so old fashioned. It's not going to be something that I enjoy. And I really do enjoy having conversations with them.
And I know you tell stories to me a lot about, that a lot of them like to tease back and forth, which I think is fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you feel like you can really be yourself and share and learn about them.
Definitely. It was not long before I was able to completely open up and joke around and have little inside jokes with everybody,
That's great. I love that. So let me ask you this, and I know you have to say no, but do you have a favorite resident where you work?
Well, I would say no, but I do have a couple of favorites.
Tell me about your favorites and why they're your favorites.
Okay, so my first little favorite, she's a little lady. Her name is Miss Susan. She is just a bundle of energy. She is always ready and happy to greet you. She is a spicy lady. I will tell you that. She's always greeting with such energy. So Miss Susan was actually one of the first flight attendants, and she just went everywhere, I mean, that's what a flight attendant does, but she was one of the first, which is a major, major accomplishment.
Mm-hmm. And she, I have met her as well, and she is quite somebody.
She's quite interesting. Yeah, very fun.
Yeah. So why is she your favorite? Because she is fun?
Yeah, she's just always positive, and she's just she's a close friend of mine, I believe. Not just someone I serve. She's a friend because, she does care and she does take that extra step and being kind and, getting to know someone.
And I know she likes fashion a lot too.
Oh, yes. Sometimes we are twins.
Yeah. I know she almost stole something off your back one day, didn't she?
Yes.
So does it surprise you to say that, or you probably never thought, but to say that an 80-something-year-old lady is one of your close friends?
I mean, again, I am an old soul, so I wouldn't put it past me, but I think it does surprise me because I find myself relating to these older ladies and gentlemen more than some of the teens that I go to school with. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Who is your second favorite? You said you had a couple.
Oh, goodness. I have so many.
So really, they're all your favorites.
Yes, they're all my favorites. Each and every one of them has something special that I really admire about them.
You were telling me about one gentleman, Mr. Harry, I think you said, and he showed you his map.
Oh, it was Mr. Al.
Okay, tell us about him.
I was going down with dinner down the hallway, and everyone was peeking out their doors, ready for their, their meal. As excited, food. But he stopped me right after, and he pulled out this gigantic map. It must have been as tall as I am, and double the size width-wise. And it was just this huge map, and he is a retired Navy veteran, and he had marked every spot that he had traveled all over the world and showed me each and every place that he went to. And of course, it was just amazing. It was crazy to see that there's so many dots on that map. It was like, I can't even imagine going that many places in like an 11-month span.
Wow. And I think it's really special that he wanted to show that to you, and that you had an interest in it too.
Definitely. So. Yeah, absolutely. Their service is something that is so amazing to me, and that I can't imagine going through things that they have gone through, such as World War II, especially some of their I don't know if there's anybody World War One there.
No.
Definitely not. My history aspect is so off. But like the Vietnam War, everything, all the different experiences, just day to day.
Yeah. And then I do think, for me, I think it's cool when I meet a World War II veteran. And for you, that's got to be kind of mind-blowing that you're talking to a World War II veteran and serving a meal.
Absolutely. Sometimes you kind of forget, and then you have this moment where you're like, wow, I just talked to someone so legendary and so wonderful. And, you know, they did so much for us. And with their personality, it's hard to even tell, you know?
I think that's amazing. And I think sometimes not just teens, but I think everyone, you know, there are people that sort of overlook our seniors and they don't realize what a treasure they're passing up.
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree. Like I said, every individual is different and special in their own way, whether it be handing out candy to the servers, or we have a couple ladies who like to give us a little treat every time we stop by, just as a little thanks, or just even saying just thank you. You know, that they're just so kind always, and you know. It's just great. And
I know there's one lady that has taken an interest because you are into theater.
Yes.
And so tell us about her.
I just happened to strike up a conversation with this lady, and we have now become very good friends. And, you know, she has a niece that is in the industry, and, you know, she was kind enough to give me her name and just, you know, take a real interest and take a few moments to focus on something other than, you know, themselves or their day, to, you know, reach out.
And be encouraging.
Yeah,
she's very encouraging for your career.
Absolutely.
What you want to do.
You don't expect that when you're in something like theater, but when you get someone so special that is just really there for you and really just, like you said, encouraging, it's very special. And it's more than a friendship.
Is she the one who had been in theater also herself?
Yes. She actually was in, I can't remember the show at the moment, but she did make her debut on Casa Manana in that theater. So
in Fort Worth.
Yes. So it was great.
Yeah, that's cool to make those connections. And there are those connections to make no matter what your age. And what an
absolutely.
Age difference. A lot of these ladies could actually be your great-grandmother.
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, easily. So what ways would you say that teens could get involved with seniors? I know they could probably work there, but what are some other ways that you think teens could get involved with seniors?
So definitely for more of a long-term option, it would be working there and applying just to get to see day by day how they are, and, you know, really getting to interact. More of a short-term is, you know, volunteering, stepping out and getting into that community just for like a day or two to help out and really make a difference in these seniors' lives, especially now with COVID.
What are some ways that they could volunteer? And I know things are opening up some. In independent living, there's more options to be able to volunteer. But what are some ways that they could volunteer?
Definitely writing letters, being pen pals, because a lot of these seniors have stories to tell, but just they don't have the family members or anyone who will really listen to them and take consideration into what they're saying. Because they're people too, and they have stories. And even working there and hearing some of their short stories, very interesting. And, you know, it's just a great way to get out there and reach out your hand to these seniors who really just need someone to listen to and talk to.
And if they wanted to get involved, who would they contact?
Definitely contact the activities director, who that may be.
So just call the community.
Yeah,
and
definitely get in contact with whoever is in control of that. Yeah.
And I know that a lot of communities are really looking for pen pals because of COVID. And so there's ways that you can either be pen pals through email, or some that you can write a letter to them. And I hear you have a pen pal, Abby.
I do. She's actually in a different community. But it's very exciting. I'm getting ready to send out my letter today, actually. And it's just going to be such an exciting experience just to get someone new into the mix. And another thing is getting out and doing a craft with them. These seniors love crafts, definitely. And taking an hour or two out of your day to cheer up these seniors really helps, because it reminds them of having grandchildren that have grown up, or just a friend.
Yeah, that's a good point, because a lot of times, especially like I said, some of these could be like your great-grandparents. It does, and I see that when they see a younger person, that they just kind of light up. And it's exciting to see the younger generation, and some of them probably treat you a bit like a little granddaughter, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I actually have several seniors who, at the end of my shift, they say, okay, be safe, drive safe. If there's a rainy day, they'll be like, watch out in the rain. They'll tell me that they love me, and it's really touching, because these connections are so strong that it's something that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel this experience has changed you?
Oh, absolutely. It's taught me to be more patient, definitely being more responsible, being more respectful. Again, patient, because some of these residents, they go through some things, and it's... and
you do have to be patient, because maybe it takes them longer to come to the door, kind of thing.
And
speak louder sometimes.
Yeah. I've had some residents say, thank you for waiting, because not everyone waits, and not everyone takes that time. And you really you have to take that extra step to accommodate the seniors.
Mm-hmm. So this doesn't necessarily feel like just a job to you.
No, absolutely not. It's something very special, like I've said before. But
yeah, and I've noticed when you come home that you seem really energized after you get off of a shift, and you always have a story to tell me.
Oh, yes. These seniors, man, they are full of life and full of energy. Some days when I'm having a more, like when I come in, I'm usually a little bit more tired, coming in from school, a little bit more drained. And by the end of my shift, I'm just ready and raring, and because of all these seniors, they're so energetic.
Yeah, and that they've just been so happy to see you, and then you feel good because you've been a part of their lives.
Yes,
brought
absolutely.
a little sunshine. And I know some of the seniors even have dogs.
Oh, yeah. Their dogs are something else sometimes.
So you make friends with their dogs, too.
I do make friends with the dogs, make friends with the seniors, make friends with their dogs. It's just a win-win situation.
Okay, so you started working at the community prior to COVID beginning. So what differences have you seen since COVID? Like in how you do things? Obviously it's different, but have you seen a change in the residents at your community?
Absolutely, I have. Going down to the dining room is a big thing for the seniors, because it's like going down to a restaurant with all of your friends. You sit at a table with 3 other people, and you just get to talk, and it's very much like a restaurant experience. But now that COVID has happened, there's been such a shift in how we're doing things. It's a little disheartening to some of them. A lot of them feel lonely, because not only that they don't get that experience to see the other residents and have conversations.
Socialize.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I was a little tongue-tied there.
It's okay.
But it's also that family members can't come see them as often. And it's just, when we stop by, we carry all of our food on a cart and just roll it down the hallway and, knock on their doors. And they're just so excited, not only for the food, but just to see like another person.
And have a little conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Get their thoughts out for the day.
Yeah, that's got to be hard. So I'm glad things are finally kind of starting to open up again. Hopefully, I know you've started where some are going down and dining.
There's a sign-up sheet that we have, and a limited amount of residents can come and eat dinner socially distanced and, have that little bit of normalcy again,
Has it been difficult because they can't really see your face because you have a mask on now?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a little bit different, just a little bit, because as long as you give them a smiling, happy face, they can tell.
They can tell, yeah.
Yeah. I've had a couple people tell me, oh my gosh, your smile so, it's just so happy. And I'm thinking to myself, you can only see half of my face. You can only see my eyes.
Well, your eyes are smiling, I guess.
Yeah, that's what they tell me, which is good.
That's really sweet. And when you come in for a shift, what's that look like? So you have to have your temperature taken?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So as soon as we walk in, we clock in. We have to go through a daily screening little form. We get our temperatures taken. Then as soon as we're clear to go, we wash our hands, glove up, and then that's when we can start our dinner service or lunch service.
Mm-hmm. Or snack.
You
the snack cart, too.
Yes. Those seniors love their snacks. This is something that we've implemented during COVID, and I don't think we're ever going to be able to go back.
What do you have on the snack cart?
It's a little bit of a different selection every day, but we have fruit and little veggies. We have baked muffins, cookies, pretzels, whatever, and they're all in tiny little things.
Like small containers.
Yeah, not too filling for them. Yeah.
Good.
They like to chase me down.
Yeah, you don't miss them, right?
No. They go running down the hallway. Is that the snack cart?
That is so funny. We should have like a little bell or something on it for you. That'd be kind of funny. Well, Abby, I am so glad you were on the show today. Thank you for joining and sharing your experience.
Well, I'm very happy to be here, a little helping hand to you, Mom.
Thanks, Abby. I hope everyone enjoyed just learning, seeing a different perspective and learning a little bit about how a teen can connect with the senior. I think it's really cool and really important, and I think we should encourage our teens to spend more time with our seniors. And anyhow, just glad that y'all tuned in. And if you haven't already, please go to Apple Podcast and subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. If you have anything that you would love us to cover on this podcast, please drop me an email. I'd be happy to consider that. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.